welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Tracy, and tonight I would like to speak about a very, very important topic. I've never spoken about this on my channel, and as you know, I am about upliftment, I'm about inspiration, I'm about greatness, I'm about encouragement, and all that good stuff about being positive, being great, being the best you, accomplishing great things, doing great things with your life, blessing others. I am about all that good stuff, right? But before I jump into the topic, please allow me to remind you what to do. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, please turn the notification buttons on. You hear it first. So, what I would like to talk about, and this is a disclaimer, I am not a trained or professional counselor, nor am I a psychologist. But I know that I am very, very keen and keen on the topic. I am very knowledgeable on the topic, and I believe that I have very good and valid reasons to talk about this topic. So, what I would like to talk about is how to save or how to fix a broken marriage. And let me reiterate, how to fix, how to save a broken marriage. That is my topic. So, let me say this, and I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. First and foremost, please do not speak to your friends about fixing your marriage if they were not married before. And I know a lot of people will find this offensive or find this or say, what is she talking about? But let me say this again. Your single friends cannot help you to fix your marriage. Right? That's the first, very, very first knowledge I'm going to drop on you. Do not ask your single friends for help to fix your marriage. They have never been married before. They don't know what a marriage is, and they will not have any valid opinion on saving your marriage. Number one. And number two, you should know the very first thing you should take in consideration when you're trying to save a marriage that is broken is remembering or acknowledging the very, very first time you laid eyes on this person and what was the magnetic energy that led you to realize this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with, and the reason why you chose that person. That is your definitive answer to save your marriage. Or that is one of the components of the definitive answer in saving your marriage. You have to acknowledge the foundation and the reason why you fell in love with this person in the first place. What made you understand that this was my forever and still is my forever and will be my forever? Right? You want to acknowledge what went wrong in the marriage before you can figure out how to fix it or how to save it. You cannot sweep broken glasses in a marriage under the rug. Why? It will always become a thorn. It will be a thorn in the marriage forever if it is always swept under the rug. You have to talk about it. If you have to scream, cry, yell, whatever you have to do in order to not have it swept under the rug, you have to speak about the reason why the marriage has been broken in the first place before you can start fixing the marriage. Now, when you talk about the reasons and you acknowledge what is the cause or the root cause of the reason why the marriage is broken, then you can start working on fixing it. Now, both parties in the marriage must acknowledge and understand what the reasons are, or what is a specific reason before you can fix the marriage. You have to come to an agreement, a solid agreement, that one, we will never talk about this after today. We will never bring it up in a conversation. It doesn't matter how discomforting your next argument will be. You will not talk about what caused the marriage to be broken in the first place. Because if in every argument or disagreement that occurs moving forward, then your marriage is not fixed or will not be fixed. So that is why I said, make sure you do not sweep it under the rug. Make sure you talk about the reason why the marriage is broken. Make sure you acknowledge that you're fixing it. Make sure you're forgiving each other for the misgivings, whatever happened in the marriage that caused it to be broken. Whether it's communication, whether it's infidelity, whether it's money, whether it's family members, whether it's an in-law, whether it's a mother-in-law, whether it's a father-in-law, whatever it is, you have to make sure you talk about it, acknowledge those facts, and fix them. And then, when you move on from that, then you start working on becoming one again. Right? The next thing I want to say, when you're fixing a broken marriage, you have to start talking with each other, communicating with each other. Because this is basically baby steps when it comes down to fixing a broken marriage, to heal the wounds in a broken marriage. You have to start talking to each other, understanding each other, communicating with each other, ensuring that you're hearing each other. Because you can be talking, but you're not hearing the other person. You're not listening. And what it means by hearing and listening is basically reciprocating what is being said to you. And that is maybe by actions, understanding what the person is saying. When somebody's talking to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're waiting for you to say yes and no. They are waiting for you to show them that you understand what they're saying. They're waiting for you to put into action what they speak to you about. It's not always yes or no, yes and no. That is not always the answer to hearing what somebody said. Right? My next pointer, technology about to fail me. I did write them down on paper, some of them. Don't let any distractions get in the way of your relationship. And what I mean by distractions, anything that is not relevant to your marriage and to both of you being together in your relationship, don't allow it to affect your marriage. Don't allow it to affect your coming back together again. Don't allow it to be a part of your conversation. Don't allow it to be in your space. Don't invite it into your environment. Make it, do not give it a listening ear. Exclude it completely. If it's not relevant to your marriage, don't include it. Don't bring it up. That is what it means by distractions. Anything that is going to cause a argument, anything that is going to make each other uncomfortable, do not include it in the marriage. Um, you have to find a way to reconnect with each other. And what I mean by reconnecting is emotionally, physically, mentally. You have to find a way to start basically finishing each other's sentences again. You have to find a way of understanding how and what emotions trigger what in your um, significant other. You have to start learning each other's love language again. You have to start figuring out how to keep the other one thoughts, communication interesting. You have to now realize that when you got married to this person, you now become one. And know that you're here in this rocky space and you're working on developing a renewed spirit in your marriage. You still have to remember day one, what made you become one, and in this moment of fixing it, you still have to understand and still remember we are still one at this moment. Right? It is not an easy thing or it's not a walk in the park to fix a broken marriage. But what I will always say to someone, if you're in a marriage and I'm not talking about marriages that are just plain straight out disrespectful or abusive and physically abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive. There are just some marriages that are just not meant to be. And we still have to acknowledge and understand when those are not meant to be, it is okay to walk away. And I'm not telling anybody to stay in a situation where you know in your heart that you don't want to be a part of. I'm talking about people who knows in their heart that they are willing and they want to be in a relationship with their significant other, and they are basically using every divine intervention there is on the planet to stay in their marriages. I'm talking about marriages that have a positive energy. Your love may be diminishing, but your energy is still positive. Your attraction to each other may be diminishing, but your goal and your soul determination is to still be with each other. Those are the marriages that I'm thinking about, and I think that should be saved, because all is not lost when your attraction dwindles. It's there, the honeymoon phase. That's a cliche statement, but the honeymoon fades. The honeymoon phase, I should say, um, diminish as time goes on. But you have to be the one. Both of you have to find a way to ensure that your honeymoon phase continues, not giving up on each other, remembering each other love languages. Those are aspects and the ways you can save your marriages. Don't allow your friends to tell you what to do in your marriage. It is not their marriage, and therefore their opinion is not relevant. You cannot allow your friends to fix your marriage. You cannot allow your parents to fix your marriage. When things start going bad in your marriages, the only two people are responsible for fixing this is the two people who are married. Right? And I think I have hopefully opened the eyes of someone or many, but um yes, this is my 2 cents on how to fix a broken marriage, and to ensure that you understand the importance of loving each other, loving your significant other, and acknowledging that your forever means forever, and not one in the opposite direction, the other in the opposite direction, because that will not fix a broken marriage. That will not save your marriage. If you want to fix your marriage, you have to understand the reason why you become one from the gate, the reason why you fell in love, the reason why you become what you wanted to be with each other, and the importance of having each other in each other's lives. As long as we acknowledge those things, you are able to fix your marriage. And I will reiterate again, your single friends cannot fix your marriage. They know nothing about being married. They've never been married. And because they've never been married, they cannot fix your marriages. So refrain from having your single friends involved in your marriage and trying to help you fix it. They don't know anything about being married. That is why they're single, right? So, let me reiterate again. Remember what to do. Remember to like, comment, share. Don't forget, turn the notification buttons on. You hear it first.